Mlaleli uyenza uma sekudlala ke lo mkenenezo kuyasho ukuthi sekuleso sikhathi la sithi khona sithi nje mqeqeshi Go-Mouth la sesikhuluma khona ngezemidlalo njalo ngesonto namhlanje umhla ka-30 kuJuni 2024 imizuzu nje mbili kuphela kubumbene ihora lesihlanu sithole njalo ngesonto ngalesi sikhathi kuze kuyobumbana ihora lesikhombisa. Igama lami nguXolile ngokwamthiyane, the brown-eyed lady will be here with you until that hour. Namhlanje njengoba bengishilo umlaleli ukuthi asizupholisa amaseko ngoba siney'hambeli zethu namhlanje khona la e-studio. Kahle kahle isihambeli sethu Mr. Craig is here in the house of North Coast Radio 104.0 FM. Sinqaka igagasi, we are catching the waves with us, and also more importantly lezo zimfundiso okusuke kufanele sikunikeze zona. As much as we entertain, we also have to educate ngaso sonke isikhathi. Mr. Craig, how are you, sir?
Well, I'm very privileged to be with you here today. And you've been so friendly at North Coast FM, welcoming us. I feel privileged. I want to give God all the glory for this program that we are on to prevent drownings.
One person will ask, okay, I get that you have a visitor, but who is Craig?
Craig is a lifelong waterman from the age of about 7, where my parents went to a party and I just happened to be playing with the bigger boys in the pool. And they say when you're in a pool and you go down once and you go down twice, you might not come up the third time. Well, I came up the third time. I was resuscitated, and after that I became a pretty competent South African junior swimmer. I've been involved with life saving. I think I've saved 3 children at Alkantstrand. I've been involved down in the Eastern Cape as a lifesaver where I think on one day we might have saved 15 people when the beaches were overcrowded. But the main thing right now is we've got a drowning awareness campaign. And
that was my question. You are here at North Coast Radio. What is it that you want us to listen to, or what is it that you have for us? What brings you here?
Well, Toli, drowning is now the 3rd biggest killer. There's a pandemic. What we're trying to do is we're creating awareness. We have support of politicians, people of the community, interested, affected parties. We are meeting to try and get this awareness through to the school children. More importantly, I stay close to Mzangazi, so there's primary and there's secondary schools there. We wanted to get this out for visitors as well who come to the beautiful beaches of Zululand. And it's a bit of a shock statement, but how would you like to send your child on a school outing to the beautiful beaches of Zululand and they don't come home?
Yeah, that is really sad, because most of the time we always hear by Alkantstrand Beach, and whenever you see lifeguards running to the rescue, and you start to think, was that a child? Was that an elder? All those kind of thoughts, they're just ringing your head. And you know very well that you have nothing to help with. But us as North Coast Radio, this is what we can do for the community. We can allow people like you, Craig, to come here and spread the word.
Thank you.
And we would like to thank you so much, because most of people, they think when we talk about this show, when we talk about Mqeqeshi Go-Mouth, we're only talking about soccer. That's the only thing that rings into people's minds, that we are talking about soccer, but we are all about all sporting codes. That is why I'm so glad today, and I really feel like this is going to help people to actually gather more knowledge about swimming. So I heard when we first started, before we started the show, you mentioned Mzingazi. Are you only in Mzingazi? Is it only Mzingazi that you are focusing on?
No, not at all. This year we'll be focusing on drown prevention, especially around the Bay Hall area, and that is for every visitor that comes. And I just think that we shouldn't be only making, let's say, swimming lessons available to people that can afford it. I think that we should be having a campaign where there's a social responsibility towards our children. So my sporting career finished with being an extreme paddler, where I'd paddle from island to island, even overseas for the country. And, you know, I know the power of the sea. I know the power of water. And if we can get that message out to not only the schools in the areas, the visitors, there are some shocking stories that we find out that children have come here on an outing, and it's nice to get them to go to the beach. It's everybody's right. And bus loads come in, and that's fantastic. But it's just after that, the responsibility, the supervision. Are they allowed to be here after the lifeguards have left? Not in the sea. Are they allowed to be frolicking in the waves at 6 o'clock at night? We have lifeguards there, and I know the lifeguards, they know me well.
Yes.
They are highly proficient. They are sportsmen themselves. We are surf ski paddlers. We swimmers. And to have like 50 people bathing in and bathing outside of the bathing area becomes very difficult if you've got people swimming at, let's say, the caravan park area.
Yes.
Or they're swimming just here next to the Dolosa. There's a swimming zone, and the reason why it's not near those places is because there's rip currents here. And the rip current is when you see a little head bobbing, and it's not bobbing